instead of that big truck that Janelle had on there, you know, going down in their community, she's absolutely right. Why not invest in your own community? So 100% of the monies that you know that, let's just say, invested in ACCION, you know exactly where that's going. Because we actually keep separate P&Ls for every site. So for instance, when we raise money in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, the investors or the funders know that it's staying right there. Because we get very transparent in that respect to show it's not just being taken by the big company, but instead being divvied up where the funding comes. We actually had one funder in Dallas, Texas, who wanted to work, wanted us his $1 million over 3 years for 2 zip codes in Dallas, Texas, because he wanted economic development to go in there. And so we were able to offer interest rates like at 2% to businesses coming in, or businesses that are located there who needed to grow the business. So it was a great incentive. It was really a win-win situation. Along with that, we also have corporate or cities like the city of Corpus Christi will buy down the interest rate if people will create jobs. So we've been very innovative in the different kinds of programs that we ask people to participate in. So actually the word credit comes from the Latin verb to believe. And so that's how the premise of everything that we do is that we believe in the communities that we serve. The customers then believe in us, and therefore I think too that we have that 95% repayment rate. And so this is a typical customer of ours. He owns that little shop behind him, but also has one of those trucks now that are very in vogue right now, the trucks that go out and are able to serve the different parts of the community. But again, teaching him how to be able to find the right permits, you know, help him maneuver through the system. You know, people have asked me, you know, we should just change the laws. And, you know, we could have a discussion on that, change the laws to make it easier for people. And at the same time, okay, let's teach people how the laws work so that they can maneuver through the system. So I guess it just depends on what law, right, that you want to, that we want to talk about. So Moses is doing very, very well, and he's actually in San Antonio. About, I guess a couple of years ago, we went into the green industry, meaning that how can we help promote in the business industries, wanting the businesses to move in this direction. So we went to our local utility company, City Public Service, who is a quasi-governmental corporation in San Antonio, and convinced them that they needed to invest, again, not a donation, but invest into a green fund that we would then distribute. So that's what they did. They've invested $1 million, and we're able then to take that $1 million and put it into companies who want to work who want to do something good for our environment. And it can be as simple as, remember the goat story that I told you a while ago, right? Well, loan officers know that they can't have livestock as collateral. So I'm walking by one of the loan officers, and they have a picture of because we have to go take pictures of all our collateral. So she went and took pictures, and there's a picture of a goat on her computer. And I said, Alma, why are you taking, what is that? You know we don't take goats. She goes, no, it's not that. It's the land that is our collateral. Oh, okay. And I said, what industry is that? She said, the gentleman buys goats, a herd of goats, and he has a contract with the state. So he takes the goats to a park, corrals them. They do their business in both ways, eating and others. And then they take the corral and take it to the park. And so that's his green industry. And so what we were able to do is provide him a $5,000 loan to purchase another herd of goats to be able to do that. In this particular case, Vivian was able to had an idea and said, why can't I recycle, those little medical, the pills? So she took the recycling parts and so she's able to hire people as well, because that's the other thing too. The Association for Economic Opportunity just did a study that said, it's called AEO, and they have a website, that said if one in every three businesses were to hire small business, we're not talking about large business, but small businesses were to hire one employee, it would take care of the unemployment problem that we have in the United States. So that's what we're trying to do, is promote employment to not only sustainability of the small business, but for the business owner then to bring in one additional employee.